Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Survival Stories 3. I am your host, Renovate, and today, guys, we're going to be doing a quick video because I screwed up and I accidentally deleted my episode number 15 for whatever reason. I love Windows 10. So what I'm going to do today, guys, is I'm just going to do a quick single player. I'm going to show you how I set stuff up, and then if you watch the next couple episodes, you'll notice that this is already set up in the BOTANIA area. So what we're going to do is create a way of producing mana using endoflames. So hopefully you enjoy it. Sorry about the erased version of this, but hopefully this one will be just as good. And it might be just a little bit quicker. So if you're enjoying it, click the like button. Any of this series, click the like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And let me get a couple things ready, and we'll start. Be right back. All right, let's get started, guys. So yeah, currently in my videos, you'll probably see it. And this one got erased, so I'm going to show you what I did. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to create a tree farm using Ancient Warfare. And that tree farm is going to create a bunch of charcoal. That charcoal is going to go into a device it's going to create a bunch of wood. That wood is going to go to a device that's going to turn it into charcoal. The charcoal is going to then put it into another device that's going to drop it. It's going to drop it on the ground and make its path through a bunch of endoflames, and then what doesn't get used gets recycled, and it's a never-ending loop of charcoal and wood, and it should work out great. So this little red area isn't exactly the size that I have in my place, but it's enough to get us started for right now. So let me show you a couple things that we're going to need. I will just go through all these. This is the tree farm from Ancient Warfare. If you've watched some of the other series, you've seen us build this. This is the upgrade for it. This is the autonomous activator. Basically what this does is it acts like a mouse. So it just clicks on things non-stop. And you can tell it to right click, left click, click up, click down, whatever you want. This is the reinforced watering can that we got from Link in the real episode. And then you're going to need a couple of barrels, a hopper. You're going to need this coal. Of course, you're going to generate this anyways. A hovering hourglass from BOTANIA. And then some sand. Of course, the endoflames. Some conveyor belts from Extra Utilities. And then you're going to probably need some basic item filters. A double layered capacitor from Ender.io. That's going to go in this alloy smelter to make it run faster. And then some energy conduit, some item conduit, and then the insulated redstone conduit. So we're going to set this so we can turn this whole system on and off. And then some conduit facades, which I'm not going to paint these just for this episode. We'll just put them up. And then from BOTANIA, you're going to need your wand, of course, and some mana spreaders. We actually set this up in the video. It's a mana distributor, and we had 4 mana pools around it. Basically, when you set up this, and I'll show you this in a minute, it will distribute mana to the pools that is touching it. So let's turn day on so it's not nighttime. Awesome. The one thing that I forgot to get is a dropper. So let's get the dropper. And I don't want the dropper from BOTANIA. I want the item dropper right here. I actually wanted to keep that chest, so let's put that there. Okay, so yeah, now we have everything. So here's what we're going to do. First thing we're going to do is set up the tree farm. So let's grab our tree farm and our bounds, and we're going to put the tree farm, let's say, right about here. This is about middle. Actually, we could probably put it over here on the side, so let's do it like right here. Is that good? Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so that boundary is good. And let's go ahead and put this upgrade on it. So once we put the upgrade on it, and then what you're going to want to do is, I could actually probably go ahead and turn this on. Let's go ahead and turn this off of creative mode. Let's go back. Can I turn this? I can't get this. Let's go back to global inventory, cheat mode, turn that back on, blah, blah, blah. Let's put this on survival mode. Cool. And then let's go back in this and put this on utility mode. So that way when I use something, it doesn't reappear in my inventory. So we'll click the inventory or click the upgrade to this, and then you're going to want to go in and click the bounds. Now you can increase this size now that we have the upgrade on it. Now we're going to want to move the tree farm to there. And what we're going to want to do is get rid of the outer bounds, and I'll show you why here in a second. And I'm going to do that. And then you're probably asking, why did I put the upgrade on it if I'm just going to take all this away? Well, this is going to make sense here in a second. I actually do need some trees though, so let's turn our cheat mode on real quick. Let's go back and let's grab us some oak trees, and let's just grab us a whole stack of them, not a million of them. Okay, that's good. So now let's turn this back off. Global inventory, utility mode, good. Okay, so let's fill this thing up with trees. So what this thing is going to do is it's going to plant trees just in the center part. Now the reason I don't want it to plant trees in the outer rim is because when this thing starts going, it's going to go pretty fast. And when it chops down trees, if the leaves or the saplings and the apples, if they fall outside of this boundary, this will not pick them up. This acts kind of like a vacuum hopper, let's say. So if it falls outside this white boundary, it won't suck it up. So we want the trees just to grow in the center, so that when a tree does grow up, usually the oak trees, if it grows here, they usually don't get more than 2 blocks wide, except if you get one of those really tall oaks that goes on and on forever, you might get one of those. So let's just plan on trying not to get one of those. Next thing we're going to want to do is go get our autonomous activator, and we're going to want to put that right here. Now what this is going to do, am I got it set right? No, we don't. We need a wrench. Let's see, am I going to be able to do this or not? I probably won't be able to do this. Will I be able to do this? No, it's going to make me do it. So let's go and grab a wrench. Cheat mode back. Okay, let's grab a wrench. And then we're going to want to wrench this so it's... Oh, crap. Boop. Whoops. There we go. We want it to face that way. Cool. Then what we're going to do is put the reinforced watering can in there. And we'll go ahead and do this. So we're going to put the reinforced watering can in here. And we're going to put it right here. And we're just going to say right click, aim level, and that's fine. So it's going to water. The watering cans, I believe, is a 9x9 square. So it's going to pretty much pick up this whole area right here. And what that does is it acts as a fertilizer. It increases the rate in which stuff grows. Now, if you can't get one of these, if you're playing along, you could fill this thing full of a regular watering can, or you could actually pump in bone meal. If you have like a skeleton farm, you can throw in bone meal in here, and this thing will throw out bone meal. You can actually also put bone meal in here as a special resource, and this thing will actually fertilize the trees as well. Just doesn't grow as fast. So what we're going to want to do now is take this alloy smelter, and we're going to want to put it like let's say right here. Okay, in my video, or in my world, it's up against a wall, but I want you guys to see how this works. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab where's our item hopper, or our dropper. Here's our dropper. We want this. So let's go over here, and since we still have it in creative mode, actually we turned it off. Cool. Did we turn it off? What's it on? Adventure mode? Game is survival. Let's put it in creative mode. Let's get that. Okay. Let's do this. You're now playing survival. I don't want to play survival. I want to play creative. There we go. So I just broke everything. Let's get that back. And that block back. Let's do this. And let's go like this. Okay. And I want to fly. So let's turn this light on. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put the dropper like right there. Now what this is going to do, it's going to drop stuff, but we have to give it a pulse, kind of like a redstone pulse. So another cool way of doing this, since we were working on BOTANIA, is by setting the hourglass on top of it. So we want to go ahead and grab our hourglass. Let's put that back so we're not using it anymore than that. Let's grab our hourglass, and we're going to take the hourglass and we're going to put it on top of this thing. So like right there, okay? So how does the hourglass work? Inside the BOTANIA book, if you go to hourglass, it explains that there's 3 different things that work with this. One is red sand, the other is normal sand, and one is soul sand. Now red sand, I believe, I guess it would be helpful if maybe I just got a BOTANIA book. So let's go over here. It's on the bottom shelf. Let's grab the BOTANIA book and let's read it. So Let's go into basic items, and it's actually not in basic items. It is in right here, hovering hourglass. So if you go in here, it tells you that sand will count for 1 second per block. Red sand is 10 seconds and soul sand is 1 minute. So basically what it's saying is if I put 10 pieces of sand in here, that means every 10 seconds it's going to drop something. If I were to put 10 pieces of red sand, that would be 100 seconds. If I were to put 10 pieces of soul sand, that'd be 10 minutes. So we're just going to do the same thing that I have set up in mine, and that's going to be 10 pieces of sand because I want it to go off every 10 seconds. So you just come over here with your 10 pieces of sand and you click on it. Now if you watch, it's going to go down pretty quickly. See how that runs? And when it gets to the bottom, this is going to flip. So here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, flip. There we go. Cool. So that's working perfectly. So what do we got to do now? We got to hook it all up. But before we do that, we got to put some cool little conveyor belts. Now these conveyor belts are pretty cool. These are from Extra Utilities. And I've tried a couple different versions, and these are the only ones that work. And so we're going to put these in there like this. Now if you look on the side, it's going to have an arrow, and that tells you which way the conveyor belt's going. So we want them to go like this. So if you stand on it, it's going to push you. But if you want to look at the sides, you guys can see there the arrow is. So we want this to go out just a couple of blocks, and then we're going to put a hole in the ground. And now we're going to go back and we're going to get the item hopper. I don't want to do that. Get the item hopper out of here, like so. And we're going to put this right underneath this block. So let's go down here. Let's actually use that as a block and then put this there, just like that. Whoops. Like that. And let's break that. And now what we want to do is we want to put a wrench, or we want to put a chest. We got a chest in our inventory. Right underneath this thing, like this. Right. Oops. Can I get it underneath? Right there. And then we want to wrench this down. Okay. So what's going to happen now is, let's see if I just need a normal block so you guys can see it. Let's just use that red block again. That's kind of nice. We don't need that BOTANIA book anymore. So what this is going to do is this is going to be underground. So at my base, it's underground. And this comes all the way back over like this, okay? Like that. So what we're going to do now, sorry if I'm sniffing, guys. I'm just now getting over a cold that I've had for but a month, I think. It seems like forever. So what we're going to do now is we're going to hook all this stuff up with power. So we're going to go underneath like this. And I'm just going to leave this all exposed so you guys can see how this works. And then we're going to go like this, and then over to here, and then over to this, and then we're going to come over to the back side of that. Okay, that should be it. Okay, so we're going to come over here. Let's do our item conduits first. We're going to pull out of the top of this over to the side. Okay, and then we're going to go down underground. And then this right here, let's grab that. Okay, this right here is where our barrels are going to be, okay? And then we're going to come around this way. I don't need an item pipe to go that way. So we're going to have this come all the way over to here. And we're going to have this go up into here. And basically this is going to do two things. So then we're going to have it come over this way. And then where is our dropper at? Our dropper's right here. So we want to come up behind the dropper. And this is where I did the wall facades on mine, because this is up against a wall and I hid these behind it. But for today's episode, I'm just going to let you see how this works without doing any of the facades. And then this is going to come down underground, and this one's going to come over like so, and these two are going to connect. And then we're going to have this one come all the way down here like this, and it's going to go actually into that chest. We do not want it to connect to the hopper, just like that. Okay, so that's the item pipes. Now I'm not going to do anything with them right now. We're going to go ahead and get our barrels. Let's go over here and jump in and get our barrels. So let's put that away, and that away, since we don't need those right now, and that, and that, and that. Okay, so now I need my barrels. Let's turn the sunlight on. And we're going to put a barrel, let's cover that piece up right there, and that one. And we're going to put the barrel here and here, okay? And then what we're going to do now is hook this up to this, and this up to this, and let's wrench that one, and let's wrench that one. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Oh crap, didn't want to do that. Look at what I'm doing. Holy crap, guys. Let's unlock that. Let's grab that back out. Okay. And let's see if we can get that back on there. I just want to wrench that. Right there. There we go. Good. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull out of the top of this all our oak saplings, okay? And not our oak saplings, I'm sorry. We're going to pull out all the oak and all the apples. And I don't think I pulled out any of that before we started. So let me grab a piece of oak, and we got to grab an apple. So where are the apples? I think the apples are right there where it says apple. That would probably be where it's at. So let's go ahead and put the oak in here like that and lock it. And let's put the apple in here and then lock that, okay? So we're going to go ahead and need another one of those because I have to do the filters. So let's do that. And then this is just going to pull out, this is where you're going to use one of your filters. Let's go ahead and grab another apple. And let's grab our filters. So let's do our filters. So out of the top of this, we're going to extract active with signal. And then you're going to go ahead and put your filter here, and you're going to say whitelist, okay? And you're going to whitelist this and this because we do not want it to pull out the saplings. So that's going to pull out those two things, and then they're going to go into the bottom of this. So we need to unwrench that, and this is going to go input, insert, and then this is already going to know to go apples, but we'll go ahead and tell it to do apples. So you could do this and just say, just give me the apples, okay? And then on this one, we're going to do this as an insert and output. So we want to go insert and output, just like this. So the input mode is going to be this. Okay, let's see here. Input mode. Oh, we need to put the filter in, sorry. The input mode is going to be this. And the output mode is going to be this. And that might sound weird, but I want it to go in here first and then pull it out. So I want this thing to start filling up, because what's going to happen is it's going to probably bypass this and go straight to this, but when this backs up, I want it to keep going into here. So that's what's going to happen. But we want to pull this out. This is the input is in green, but we want to extract on a different color. These can be always active, okay? And we're going to, let's just say this is red. So we're going to pull out red, okay? Let's just make sure that these are always insert, and that's good. Okay, so we're going to pull out red. Red is going to be our wood. We're going to come over here, and this is going to be an insert extraction too. So we're going to do insert extract, this one right here. We're going to insert red, just like that, and we're going to say this. We probably don't need to do that because the only thing that's coming right now is out of the red channel, and it's that. But just for purposes, let's do this. So the extract, always active. Let's just do this on black, okay? Because it's charcoal. Okay, so we need to put one of these in there, and we just want to extract charcoal. Now I think I put a couple pieces of charcoal in here. I did, good. So let's go back over here, and you guys can set this up anyways. This is the only reason I set it up like this and spread out. This is exactly what it looks like at my base, and you'll see that in the next couple videos. But we're going to do extract in black, and we're going to put a piece of charcoal there. So it's going to pull out all the charcoal once it gets done baked. Now inside of this thing, I did an upgrade, and I just did the double layered one because I don't want it to cook too fast. If it cooks too fast, then we're going to have too much going on. And then on this thing here, you want to look at the bottom of it, and you're going to do push and pull, just like that, okay? Sorry for the snivels. Okay, here we go. So from there, it's going to come all the way over here, and this is going to be insert. This is going to be insert black. So let's do insert and then the black channel. And then we could do a filter on this. So like I said, you don't need to, but I'm just going to do it like that, okay? And then what we're going to do here, what happens is when the charcoal gets all the way down here, if this thing gets packed and it's dropping nonstop, okay? And let's say all the flowers get enough charcoal where they're producing mana. Well, if they don't pick it up, it's going to fall in this hopper, fall in this chest, and then it's going to get recycled. So we want to recycle out of this. We'll just do extract. We'll put that on the black channel and do this always active. Okay, so it's going to pull out and go right back here, and it's going to try to find where the black insert is, which would be right here. Okay, So that's going to recycle that. So let's go ahead and put, I don't want to do it right yet. I don't want to do it right yet because it's going to start dropping. So now what we want to do, if you're in Botania, you want to make some endo flames. And the way to make endo flames, did I keep the book on me? I didn't. Let's go ahead and grab the book. It's a very simple recipe. Let's grab the book and I'll show you what it is. So let's take our book. Let's get daytime back on. There we go. And let's grab our book. And if we go back and we look at mana manipulation, oh, sorry, wrong one. Generating flora. You got day blooms and all kinds of stuff. The endo flame works off of charcoal. Now this isn't a passive plant, so it's always going to be around. It's not going to die after 3 days. And this is the way that you build it. You need a light gray petal, a brown petal, a red petal, a red mana petal, and a brown mana petal. Now if it says mystical red and mystical brown, these are the ones you're going to find in the fields. If it just says brown mana or red mana, that means you have to drop the petal into a mana pool and you'll get a red mana petal out of it. So make you about 6 of those. And I think that's what I have over here. So let's go over here and check. Let's get this and that. Yep, there we go. So let's grab 6 of those. And I'm just going to put them like right here at the end. Okay. And then we're going to go like this. Okay. So that's good there. That's all ready. And then we're going to get our mana spreaders. And the way that I did mine is I put one here and I put one here. Okay. Now if you get out your wand, these, if you put these down first and then plant the plants automatically bind to it. If you put these first and then put a mana spreader, they're not bound to anything. So you're going to want to take your wand, okay, and then shift click down. You'll see it says bind mode or function mode. You want bind mode, so you want to bind this one to this one to this. Whoops, hold on. This one to that, this one to that, and then this one to that. Now if you click on it, it shows a little green check mark. That means it's bound to something. We're going to want to take this one and put it on there, this one put it on there, and this one put it on here. Does that work? Is this working? Going to that one? There we go. That's what I wanted. It wasn't clicking on this one. There we go. This to that one. Okay. Now what we want to do is I actually had my mana pool set up way up in the sky. So let's grab a block and let's build this similar to what I had. So let's go up here. Mine is at the top of my building. So that's about where it's at right there. So we're going to go like this. Clean that up. Let's grab our mana spreader. And we have our four mana pools. So basically what's up here, where did it go? There it is right there. Basically what I had was a mana pool like this, a mana spreader beside it, and then mana pools all the way around it. Okay. What the mana spreader does is if you shoot something up to it, hopefully I didn't put that too high. It looks like I might have. It looks a little bit too high. Let's come down like right there. Let's get rid of these. Mine's like right up above it. So let's do this. Mana spreaders, what they do is if you shoot a mana spreader to it, or not, a mana distributor, if you shoot a mana spreader to it, it distributes the mana into the pools equally. So that's why we want to have those. So then you want to take your bind mode and bind that to that. And let's try that one more time. We want to bind this to this. There we go. Now they're both shooting up there. Awesome. So, and they're not too far away. So that's going to be shooting the mana all up to those pools. Of course, nothing's happening right now because we don't have anything working. So now what we want to go do is grab some energy conduits. So let's grab our energy conduit. And we're just going to follow the same pipes. So pipe that, whoops, pipe that, and that, and that, and that. And then these energy pipes, I love Ender IO because you can keep everything together. It's awesome. So these are going to come over like this. And then we need one to come over to here. This doesn't need any item pipes to it because it doesn't have any items. And we want to make this insert. Insert, cool. And we're going to want to make this one an insert. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. I still have my wrench? We do. Let's do that. And that. And that. That work? And that one? There we go. And I want to put these on the bottom. Like that. Okay, I want to insert here. Alright, cool. And then let's grab this one and let's go to the power and we want to say insert. Good. And then we want to have that one come all the way over here to underneath here, but I'm not going to hook it up just right yet because I want to be able to set the rest of it up without it working way too far away. So let's grab that and that and that and that. Okay, good. So now what we want to do is we want to build a little wall like right here, okay? And then, actually I don't want to build a little wall right there. I want to keep it blank. This is where our switch is going to be. So I need to go get our insulated red. Actually, we already have it. Great. Okay. So what this is going to do, this is going to allow us to control our system. So the insulated red will come down like this. And it's going to go to every object that has power. So we want to go there and there. So that goes up to there. Good. And then we're going to make it come over to here. And then follow this one. Good. And then come over to here. And then up. Whoops. Good. Get rid of that one. And then come down this line here. And then up. Into there. Into... Did it get in there? It must have got in there. It just doesn't look like it did. It doesn't look like it connected, but it says it did. Okay. So, what we want this to do is we're going to say... that this is going to be a default, okay? The color is red, okay? And then on here we want this to active with a signal. So what that means is if this this device will not turn on unless there's a signal, and that's what this redstone conduit is doing. It's providing a signal. So we want to do this on all of them. So we want to go back to here and put this active with signal. Keep it on red. And then this one's got so much going on, but we want to go right here and click active with signal. Just like that. Good. So this is all turned on, or actually it's all hooked up. And then this is where we need those conduit facades. Let's turn the suns back on. Great. Let's grab some of these conduit facades. And then we got our, we need our lever, or our lever. Let's come over here. So these would be inside your wall, and you would basically, is it going to let me do it? Probably not. Well, that's unfortunate. I don't want to spend time painting them. But basically what happens is you can put a switch on this thing. And of course it's not going to let me. So let me do something real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, I went ahead and made a quick painting machine and then did this. So we want to have this do is we want to click on this so that it has one of these panels, okay? And then you can put that over top of it. And then we're going to put a switch right here. Just like that, okay? So what's going to happen is when I flick the switch, you're going to see that conduit. Let's go ahead and put it on dark time just so you can see it. You're going to see this thing light up. So if I click that, see it lit up. If I click this, again, it's dark. It's light. It's dark. Okay, so that's why I wanted to show you. So just basically what it does is it turns everything on. You can turn everything on and turn everything off. So none of this stuff has power yet. And it should all be turned off. So let's go ahead and hook this up with power. Nothing should run. Let's just hope. And then we want this to be extract. Cool. Alright, so this should be getting power. Whoops. This should be getting power in it. It's not. What about this? It's not. I turn it on, that's it. Yeah, okay, so there we go. I have it active with signal, which means it needs to have power. So this is all good working. This over here is clicking the watering can. That's why these trees are growing so fast. Okay, cool. And then this thing is sending wood over to this machine here. At least it should be pulling out. Oh, it's got signal. We want this to always be active. There we go. So now it's throwing the wood into here. This is going to in turn make charcoal. It just threw the coal into here, and guess what we did? Guess what we did? Guess what we did? We didn't have enough conveyor belts. I put one too far over. Alright, let's do this. There we go. So it's going to drop a piece of charcoal, and watch. Let's get our wand so you can see it. Boom. So which one grabbed it? Can you see? Oh, it's the last one. See the last one? The flames on top of it? That lets you know that this one is producing mana now. So let's see which one grabs it this time. The second one. So now the second one is getting mana. And every 10 seconds, this thing is producing mana. And you can see how quickly it's shooting it up there. So which one got it this time? Can we tell? The third one. Cool. So it's just going right down the line. And now these three here will probably grab it. So if you look up here at the top, we're producing mana. And this is what I was talking about on the radius of this thing. So if you remember, we gave it a 9 upgrade, which means I can increase the bounds. Actually, see? And then let's go ahead and turn this off real quick. Let's turn that off. And let's switch the bounds like this. And then let's move this back to the center. And we want this to be, whoops, it looks like I'm trying to make a picture, but I'm not. Basically what this does is you could see that I was still not getting that bounds big enough where it would catch all the saplings, okay? So it was planting, as soon as you change the bounds, it's going to want to plant where you change the bounds. And unfortunately what it's going to do now is if I don't get rid of all of this, there, is that 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, so we need to get rid of this section 2. Okay, I'll do its job for it. Okay, there we go. So now if I turn it down and turn it on, it should work. Turn it on, there we go. So I'll chop all that down, and all the saplings should fall inside the bounds, that way we're not losing any of them. Just like that. Cool. Now in mine, it's big enough, you can see that they're falling off the edge, but that's okay. So that is the setup, and I got this little idea here from Link the Killer, of course. We're doing a lot with him, but you can go check his channel, and this seems to work extremely effective. Now the only thing that I altered was once it goes in the hopper, it goes into a chest, and it recycles back into this. That's the only thing that I deviated from just on this section here. Everything else I think is different, but that's my setup, guys. I'm sorry that I deleted that episode, but now you have this episode to watch, and hopefully you enjoyed it. Don't look at this other stuff behind me. This is just my test world. But yeah, if you like the series or if you like this video, click that like button. If you're new to the channel, like I said, click that subscribe button even though you don't have any videos, or even if you do have videos. I will subscribe back, and be sure to catch my new series, Infinity Expert Mode, over on the FTOG server. The video number 1 is out already, and so be watching for those two. So I'll see you guys all later. It was fun.